ABC 10 News at 11 starts now.
And good evening. TikTok users will have 45 days to say goodbye to the popular video app. President Donald Trump signed an executive order tonight banning TikTok and WeChat from operating here in the U.S. The Trump administration accuses the two Chinese-owned apps of providing data on its users to the Chinese government. Last week, the president threatened a deadline of September the 15th to close down TikTok unless Microsoft or another American company bought it. No deal was reached.
St. Augustine High School is suing the governor and state offices to open for in-person learning. The private school says that it's already implemented safety protocols during its summer program. It argues low-income families need classroom education now more than ever. St. Augustine begins the school year August 25th. The
Encinitas Union School District is about to launch a free grab-and-go meal for low-income students. Breakfast and lunch will be distributed at Ocean Knoll Elementary School on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Distribution begins Monday, August the 17th. The district says that meals will include local organic produce and entrees made from scratch. Each household must apply through the district's website.
And moving outside is proving to be painfully costly for many business owners. One owner in Carlsbad told ABC 10 News reporter Mimi Alcala she paid more than $5,000 to move her restaurant into parking spaces.
They said, your option is to pay this or you don't get to go outside.
Move your business outside or shut down. That's the reality many business owners across San Diego County are dealing with. And for some, that move comes with a hefty price tag.
We were told that the fee would be $381. That's doable for us.
It wasn't that simple for Annie Rammel, who owns Oak and Elixir in the Carlsbad Village. The city of Carlsbad is charging businesses $381 to use sidewalks, but Rammel says she needed to expand into public street parking spaces.
We got a phone call from the city saying that we actually needed to pay $5,500.
$1,200 per space plus extra fees. After being shut down for 4 weeks, Rammel got a permit to use 4 parking spots and built a deck after the city council voted to allow the public spaces to be used in late July. But having to pay more than $5,500 up front has been a big problem during an already difficult time.
I begged and pleaded, please, can we get a prorated amount? Can we do month to month?
Rammel paid the fees in full and spent an additional $7,000 to build the temporary deck.
When Governor Newsom tells us we can go back inside, we have to tear it down. We don't get to keep it.
But there may be some hope left. The city of Carlsbad says the city's subcommittee on COVID-19 economic revitalization will meet on August 10th to discuss fees associated with outdoor businesses operating on public property. The city says it is working on options. Whether or not that includes retroactivity for those who've already paid will be evaluated. Rammel hopes she will be reimbursed and the city will make things easier and more affordable for businesses that are already struggling to stay afloat.
I'm in a big hole and I've got to dig myself out of that hole.
Mimi Alcala, ABC 10 News.
Rammel says leaders in other North County cities have offered their help. She hopes that the city of Carlsbad will ease up on fees and allow for no-cost or low-cost cafes in outdoor public parking spaces.
The county announced another 263 coronavirus cases today. That brings our total to more than 31,000. There were also another 5 deaths. That brings that total to 583. 30 people tested positive for COVID-19 after attending a funeral in Minnesota. One woman who attended says that people social distanced during the service, but things changed afterwards.
It was in like this little fellowship hall, and I remember looking at the windows and wishing I could open them. It's like, this is not good that everybody's packed together in this room.
About 5 people have since been hospitalized. She hopes that her experience can be a warning for people to avoid large gatherings and take the virus seriously.
You know, it feels pretty darn good to know you made a difference, and that's what we're all here for. We all want to help people.
A day dedicated to a hero. Today was declared Officer Jonathan Weiss Day. Officer Weiss rescued 2 little girls and their father after he drove off Sunset Cliffs earlier this year. Our ABC 10 News reporter Laura Acevedo shows us how the officer reacted to what he says he never expected.
Officer Weiss says he was overwhelmed with the recognition and shared that he's actually afraid of heights and was thankful it was dark that morning at Sunset Cliffs. He's still not used to the recognition.
I didn't expect all this, to have a day dedicated to me, to have people want to hear this story.
Even on a day dedicated to honor his heroic actions that saved twin 2-year-old girls in June after their father drove off Sunset Cliffs. His quick actions saved all 3 of them.
August 6, 2020 to be Officer Jonathan Weiss Day.
Officer Jonathan Weiss was recognized during the Rancho Bernardo Community Council meeting, virtually because of the pandemic. San Diego Councilman Mark Kersey was the one that had the idea.
This is a guy who is no stranger to these kind of heroics. It's part of his daily coming to work.
Officer Weiss is a canine officer. That day in June, he used a 100-foot leash to rappel down the cliffs to pull the girls to safety, thinking of his own children.
I didn't do it for this. I did it for those girls. But it's amazing. It's great to know that the community supports us the way we support them.
Weiss is no stranger to heroic actions. He was also the same officer that helped take the Poway Synagogue suspected shooter into custody.
You start to get good at what you do and predicting where to be and where you need to be.
When asked if the day comes with any special perks, the officer had this to say.
My wife says I don't have to do the dishes on my day. I'm hoping I get a free cup of coffee or something, but that's about it.
Laura Acevedo, ABC 10 News.
He deserves a lifetime of coffee. A state senator says he is one step closer to fixing the loophole that allowed the Poway Synagogue shooting to happen. SB 914 passed the Assembly Public Safety Committee yesterday. It's backed by Senator Anthony Portantino, who says the bill would prevent people under the age of 21 from illegally buying a firearm. The bill is now headed for a fiscal committee and floor vote. If it passes, it will then go on to the governor for his signature. By the way, the trial for the accused shooter John Earnest has been delayed until at least March of next year.
And we have new details tonight on the city's troubled Ash Street purchase. We first brought you this story on ABC 10 News at 5 o'clock. The City Council voted tonight to order monthly updates on the 19th story high-rise building. They also asked for more detailed cost estimates on the 5 options Mayor Kevin Faulconer presented to move forward with the unusable building. Those include paying millions to fix it or walk away. Right now, the building costs taxpayers $18,000 a day. The property has been vacant after asbestos was found in the building. The cost to fix it is expected to cost well over the $72 million the city paid for the building.
It is a deal that has taken years to complete, but finally tonight, a major step in the future of San Diego State and Mission Valley. The mayor has signed the paperwork for a deal that sends the former home of the Padres and Chargers to the university.
ABC 10 News reporter Anthony Pura spoke with a California State University trustee about why this project is bigger than stadiums and buildings.
Signed, sealed, and delivered. That's what San Diego's mayor tweeted out Thursday, along with a picture of signed paperwork as the city gets ever closer to finalizing the sale of the Mission Valley Stadium site to San Diego State. This is video from December 2019 as SDCCU Stadium got ready to host the Holiday Bowl. SDSU plans to tear it down and build a new stadium, which will be the centerpiece of its new campus. The university has released several renderings of its vision, which includes classrooms, housing, retail, and a river park.
This is a big deal for the university and for the region.
Jack McGrory is a California State University trustee and says SDSU will close on the deal next week and break ground the week after.
It's going to be phenomenal to see it be revitalized with a beautiful new modern campus, modern stadium, a great river park. It's going to be just an amazing amenity for San Diego.
He also says the new 35,000-seat stadium could be expanded in the future to seat 55,000, which would be necessary to bring the NFL back to San Diego.
That's really their minimum specification in the NFL, 55,000 seats. We can do that down there.
Construction is set to take place during a pandemic, and while that creates a concern for funds, McGrory is confident it will not be an issue.
State revenues are taking a big hit, but Adela De La Torre, the president of San Diego State, did a good job of planning for this. She set up some reserves in the system. In the end, this will be an economic plus financially for San Diego State. It's worth the investment at this point in time.
The new stadium is expected to be ready by fall of 2022. Anthony Pura, ABC 10 News.
And there has been a lot of work and time building up to this day from both the city and the university. The two sides spent 18 months negotiating after voters passed Measure G back in 2018. It wasn't until June 30th of this year that the City Council approved the $86.2 million purchase agreement proposal for the site, a new hope for the Aztecs and the San Diego community.
Well, Aztec fans will have to wait longer to see the football team take the field this season. San Diego State is pushing back the start time for fall sports. The university announced today that all fall sports will begin after September 26th due to the virus. The football team will shrink its schedule to 10 games, and most other fall sports will only play conference.